morning participants. So in previous session we had learned few matrices that will help you to plan your training and development department better and will increase your efficiency at a workplace if you will maintain those matrices, and being a manager you will be able to take more informed decision within the organization, right. So that's the objective. So in this session also we will continue with some more matrices and specific training related issues we will deal with, like training need analysis. So when you are doing the training need analysis, specifically what kind of matrix and what kind of data that you should collect in order to take the informed decision. So few matrices that were remaining in the previous session. So first we will start with those matrices and then we will come to the training need analysis. So here few matrices which were, it is the continuation of the previous session only. So one question that you can see, how many training staff members are there for each employee, right. So this ratio that you can calculate, like 10,000 employees are there, 1,000 employees are there in your organization, then how many training members or training staff members are there. So like for example in hotel industry that you have seen specific designated training department is there. So how many trainers are there? So I'm not, so training trainers are there, that training staff members are there. So that number you can write and then you can calculate the ratio here. So that ratio will give you how much importance that you give to training of your employees within the organization. So if that ratio is higher, it is obvious you are giving more quality training to your staff members on regular basis. So it is because market is changing, needs are changing, so you have to upgrade your employees in order to take the competitive advantage in the market. So that ratio will help you to understand, to help you to give the understanding about the importance of training within the organization. So how many training staffs is there and what is the ratio that in the organization is there. Next that you can calculate is employee trained divided by total number of employees. So every year you will not be able to give the training to the all employees. That is what it happens in the organization. Every year you will not be able to train the all employees, because if you will train the all employees, it is quite possible some of the employees who do not require the training, but still you are giving. So what you should do, that what I suggest, you should identify the employees who really need a training, you give them training, train them, right, and you calculate ki every year how many members or how many employees are receiving the training, right. So this data that you can analyze department wise, right, in every department how many people are receiving the training, the department wise, that is what you can calculate. Job category wise, that is what you can calculate. In one particular job category how many people have been trained, in particular department how many people have been trained, right. So job category wise, department wise, that you can calculate, right. Next important thing that you can calculate total training cost divided by number of employees trained. So that is how you will get the cost per employee, right, whoever have been trained. I am not talking about the total employee, that budget that you have, that is a different thing, and how many employee have been trained and what is the total training cost. So that is how you can calculate the per employee cost, right, that incur for a training, right. It will help you to design the training budget within the organization, right. And next important thing, that you can use total training cost divided by number of hours training provided, right. So how many hours of training that you have given. So these matrices you can use to develop the balance scorecard also, right. So all steps that you would be knowing, like first step is the learning and development, and then you can see internal process is there, and then customer is there, and then finance is there. right. So, you can develop the link, these many hours training was given on this specific skills, and because of that specific skills, how this process like number of customer process that you can say that delivery has increased, process efficiency has increased particular, and that has resulted into the customer satisfaction, and customer satisfaction has resulted into the finance. So, that is how you can show the importance of the training by using these all metrics, and you can develop the balance scorecard of your learning and development department also. So, that these is matrices that you can use to develop the balance scorecard also, right. So, these are the important matrices that each learning and development manager should maintain in order to manage the department effectively, right. So, now let us come to the training need analysis, right. So, if you need to do the training need analysis for your organization, so first thing that I suggest, first you should do the analysis of your workforce, right. So, age that you can see, gender wise that you can see how many employees are there, what is their different age categories, right, work experience and job category, right. So, this basic analysis of the demographic profile of your employees will help you to understand which type of training should be given. So, let us assume if in your organization more employees are above 40, right, then you have to think which training method would be more appropriate, right. So, these numbers if you are having with as a training and the learning and development manager, then you will be able to identify which type of training will be more effective for such kind of workforce. So, you can have a number in your organization, how many members are there, how many males and females are there, how much work experience they have, what is their job category, right, and accordingly you can decide which type of training they are needed and which type of training method may be relevant for them to give a particular skill, right. So, this is the analysis that you can do department wise, right. So, if you are doing this department wise, then you will understand for which department which type of training that you need to give. So, department wise you can do, and I always suggest you should do the, you can divide the job into the various categories like managerial job, technical job, and accordingly you can design this training also. So, for a managerial position, how many male female are there, what is their age, what is their work experience, right, accordingly you can do the analysis for, because supervisory, if somebody is a supervisor or team leader in finance department, in HR department, in operations department, then if you are planning for the managerial training, then you can give this managerial training to the all department of the supervisor of all department, right, and that managerial planning or managerial nature training that can be given. So, if you have this analysis in hand, then you will be able to plan that better. So, first thing that I always suggest for the training need analysis, analyze your workforce, like how many people are there according to their age, gender, work experience, job category, right, role wise, department wise. So, that is how you can develop this demographic, and then you can analyze your workforce in order to do the training need analysis. Next thing that I uh, ask you to do, department wise, make a list of activities that each department does. So, in finance department, make a list of the activities that finance department does. Operations department, make a list of the activities that department does. HR department. So, department wise you do the analysis of the task, right. So, you will understand in which department which activity is, what are the activities that are being done. So, here you can make a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right. So, the moment you have made a list and you have described which type of task is there, and then you can rate frequency of the performance, right. Right. So, frequency of that particular task. So, whether it is occasionally that task is done or on daily basis it is done. So, that is what. So, based on this 1 to 5 scale, you can give a ranking, right. Second parameter that you can say, importance of the task, how that task, how much task that is important in order to achieve the departmental KRAs. right? So in order to achieve the departmental KRA, how important that task is. So based on that 1 to 5 that you can recommend, right? And what is the difficulty level, right? How difficult that task is. So basically that you can ask how many people, how much time it takes to learn, right? If it is taking more time to learn, more difficult, right? So based on the difficulty you can give a rank 1 to 5. So the moment you have analyzed the each task in on these parameters, and then you can club these tasks into the few categories, right? So frequency is high, importance is high, difficulty is high. This is the one category. Average, low, right? Frequency is low, importance is low, difficulty level is low. So in one category. So now here you will get the all departmental tasks you can divide into the three category. So importance is high, difficulty level is high, frequency is high. So you should give first training to your employees for such kind of task, because importance is high, frequency is high, and difficulty level is high. So if people are trained for these skills, then or for these tasks, then your department will be able to do the task effectively. So that is how you can group the task into three categories like 5 and 6. So let us assume first and 2 are high, frequency is high, importance is high, and difficulty also high. High means right on the basis of rating, that is what you can calculate, right? And second category that you can give moderate, right? And third category that you can give low. Now you can decide which training should be given first in the department, right? So this analysis will help you, and with the logic you can give these many people are there who have accepted this frequently, this task has to be performed, this task is very important and difficulty level is very high. Very few people know how to perform this task, but frequency is very high. So everyone should know within the organization, within the department, how this task should be performed. So now you have clubbed these activities into the various and various categories, and now category wise you can design the training for the various employees. So that is how you can do the task analysis with department wise. So which training should be given to employees first? That answer I hope you would have got it, how to do, on the basis of this task analysis, how you can answer this particular question. Next thing comes, now you have to understand the structure of your department. So that now you had done the you had analyzed the task. Now I am asking you to analyze the people, because now you have to select to whom you have to give the training first, right? Let us assume in one department 10 employees are working. 10 employees are working. Being a HR manager, I think it is one of the most difficult decision to whom you should give the training first, right? So to whom the training should be given first, this is the decision that you have to take here, right? So for that you can analyze the all employees in that particular department based on these parameter, right? So you can, if you are having 10 employees, then make a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Ask question to while keeping one employee in mind, and ask the question, is not able to perform the basic task, whether he is able to perform the basic task or not. Understand the basic principles, can perform the task with assistance or direction, perform the routine task with reliable result, works with minimal supervision, perform the task, perform complex and multiple tasks, can coach and teach others, consider as an expert in his job, can describe, teach and lead others. So based on this statistic, this matrix, you have to understand where all employees of your department stand, right? They all come in a fifth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in fifth category, or they come where? They come where in a first category, second category, third category or fourth category, in which category these all employees come. So what I can say, like if department is used 200, 300 employees are working, then you can present in term of the percentage, right, or in term of the number, right, in which category how many people are there, right, or if small is there, then in the you can present in a number also. So the moment you are presenting in the number or percentage, you will understand for to whom you have to give a training first, because if people are working in the department, they are not able to work, then they are just wasting the time inside the department. So you, if you have selected, it is your responsibility to make them work as soon as possible. So what you have to do is they are not able to perform the basic task, so first you have to give a training to these people, right. So whatever number comes in a first category, right, that you have to train first, and if the percentage is very high, then it is the urgent requirement, right. So that is what you can make a decision. So by doing this analysis, you can answer the second most important question. That question is, to whom you should give the training first. So two questions that each manager is facing at a workplace: what kind of training that should be given, and to whom it should be given, right. These are the two basic questions that each manager has to answer at a workplace on day-to-day basis. So if you have done this analysis, right, by using these two metrics, you will be able to answer these questions very well. These analysis you can do department wise as well as the age wise also. Age wise also you can do this analysis. So if age is very high, people are not trainable, then you have to take a decision what you want to do as an organization. You have to think about it. If people are young, their motivation to learn is very high, then you have to give a training, you have to train them, you have to develop their skill, and you have to make them workable as soon as possible. So this analysis will help you to make you understand to whom in the department you have to give the training first. And the moment you understand, most of the people come in the fifth category, they are expert, then you can use these people for the internal training purpose, right. So one more purpose this matrix can solve: if you need an internal trainer, right, internal instructor to train your employees, or you don't have very high budget, you want to use internal trainer. So and you have this matrix in you, and how many what is the percentage of the people who are the expert, who can teach and lead the others people. If you have this category people in your organization, then you can use them as a trainer, right. That is the job also that you can do within the organization. So this matrix will be useful to take such kind of decision within the organization. So to whom training should be given, I hope you would have got the answer. So the moment you have decided to whom you are going to give a training, so you need to check their readiness also for the training. Are they ready for training or not? Because if you will not assess their readiness, then what will happen? You will give a training, but they will not learn much, or they will not be able to utilize that particular training, right. So in that case, what you need to do, you need to check the employee readiness on the basis of three parameter, right. So first, are they having the basic skills, right, whichever skill is required. So just you can identify what are the prerequisite of that particular training, so that skills are required. If yes, then you can say yes. And then you can see motivation to learn. For motivation to learn, you can use the index, right. So few questions are there, this index that you can get from the literature, you can use few questions, and that composite score that you can check whether, so 1 to 5 scale is there, then what is the score. If it is above 2.5, then you can say to some extent they are ready to learn at a workplace. If it is below than that, then you can say that it is below 50%, so people are not highly motivated at this moment, right. So region that you can understand, and then you can identify. So and the right attitude, that next attitude that you can check what kind of attitude that people are having, within the organization. So if their attitude is positive, they are ready to, motivation for learning is high, they are having the basic skill. So on these parameter you can identify the moment you have decided to whom should be given a training. So on these three parameter, how many employees qualify. For example, you have decided based on previous metrics 100 employees should be given the training, but the moment you checked their readiness based on these three parameter, you found that only 40 people are ready to take a training right now, right? Then you should give a training to only these 40 people in order to increase the output of training, right? So here you can calculate the percentage of employees are ready for the training by considering these three parameters. So towards the learning you have to check the attitude of the people and their motivation and basic skills. So if you are able to check these three things, and then you can check how many people are having the high motivation, positive attitude and basic skill, and based on that you can calculate the percentage of the employees, how many are ready for the training, and then you can take a decision about the final number of people who should be given the training in the organization. So in systematic way you can answer the questions by using the numbers. Next important thing that you can do in order to understand which type of training should be given, you can do the skill inventory analysis, right? So I hope being a good HR manager, you all would have prepared the skill inventory, right, department wise, right? So what are the available skills are there department wise, so that inventory should be there, and required skill department wise. So these two parameters that you need to have. So first thing that you need to have, what are the skills which are available department wise, right, and what are the skills which is required in the department which are not available, right? And the second thing that you can see, whatever skills which are available in the department, what is the level of those skills, whether they are very high in nature, level is very high, average or low. It means only people just know that particular skill, right? They are not very in high, that's in a, if we are talking about for example this teamwork. So teamwork is there, people are doing just okay, but very high synergy is not there. So high synergy, how we can calculate, like output of the team is more than the individual output. If it is more than that, then we can say that very high level of teamwork is there, right? So I always give the example of 4 into 100-meter race, right? So what is the world record of a 100-meter race? So if you will see this 9.58, that is the world record of 100-meter race. So for 4, if I multiply by 4, then you can calculate the timing, and second timing that you can see for the 4 into 100-meter race, right? So which one would be higher according to you? So most of the people say this is the world record and this number should be lesser than this, right? But in reality, if you will go back and check, this number is lesser than the world record, right? So it shows that it is the teamwork and high level of synergy is there, right? So that is what you can see, and this has happened not many times, right? Only few times it has happened. So now you can understand this is the synergy, right? This is the synergy. So that is how you can understand whether this, so this synergy is there, then you can say high level of teamwork is there. If average level is there, low level is there, right? And in order to excel or in order to perform the job, what is the level of skill is required, right? So here you can calculate high level, average level, low level, right? So what is the level of skill is required? So the moment you have this skill inventory, you can do the analysis, right? This so you can say this percent, these many percentage of skills we are having at a high level, average level and low level, and then again you can make a priority which one is the most important group of skills. So you can club these skills and you can make into the group, and then you can identify which group is the more important in order to perform the job inside the organization, and then you can train the people for that particular group of skills, right. So that is how you can do the inventory analysis. So now on the basis of this analysis also you can decide which training should be given first, right, because again you can identify the required level of skills and current level of skills and which one is the most important to run the department, and then based on that you can identify which training should be given first, to whom it should be given. That analysis we have already done it. So thank you. I hope you would have learned about this training need analysis matrix, how you have to take a decision which type of training you should use first and which type of training you should given second, right. Thank you.